Good morning, LTSM community. Today is Monday, May 24th, 2021, 6:45 a.m. Thank you for being here with me this morning to join in for another morning meditation session. On this channel, we practice Vipassana meditation focused and centered on the breathing, looking to establish the breathing as a foundation, as an anchor, as a fundamental experience that we can rest upon in moments of difficulty, in moments of frustration, in moments where we feel overwhelmed. The idea is to remind ourselves of what is so fundamental, in this case, breathing, reminding ourselves that all of the other things in life depend upon breathing for their existence. And so when we can take a few minutes to go back and experience our breath, remembering how fundamental it is, we can put other things into perspective and hopefully find new or creative ways to overcome difficult situations. In order to do this, we're going to practice deep breathing techniques. That means that we're going to be breathing down here in the diaphragm, in the abdomen, in the stomach, using a muscle called the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle in the thoracic cavity. If you feel where your ribs are, kind of follows the same line as the ribs, as the rib cage. But when we use our diaphragm for breathing, that means when we inhale and we expand our stomach, and then we exhale and we contract, what's happening inside of our cavity there is the movement of the diaphragm muscle. And so the muscle moves down and then moves up to expand and allow more space for the lungs to fill with air, and then contracts back. And some added benefits that we can receive from this are a better digestion caused by the movement, which inside of us acts almost like a massage to our inner organs, as well as the better oxygenation of the blood, better oxygenation of the brain, and overall better health, because oxygen is, of course, an essential part of our for our body, and so we must keep the oxygen moving throughout the body. So today we're going to focus a little bit on what is deep breathing and how to practice and perfect the technique of deep breathing. As you can see, I am seated on the floor. You can practice this meditation also standing or even laying down. The important thing is that you can find a position that is comfortable for your body. Next, we're going to check our body to make sure that we are sitting as upright, straight as possible, keeping the back, the neck, and the head in line. Making sure that we are holding ourselves up with our muscles and not resting on our skeleton. This is something that is important to remember and recognize during the meditation, but also throughout the day. As you give yourself a small reminder to check your body, to make sure that your body is in the appropriate position, and that you are taking care of your body, because so many of us are spending many, many hours sitting down. And so it's important that even when we're sitting down, we're being active, we're taking care to lift ourselves and not rest down on our skeletons, as these can lead to other problems like being hunched or bent over, um, which is not good for the back. So the more we can pay attention to being seated uh, upright, the better. In that same vein, one of the indicators to pay attention to is our shoulders. Our shoulders should be relaxed and should be low. They should not be raised up around our neck. Sometimes you may give yourself a check during the day, and you might realize also that you're tensing your shoulders, moving them up towards your ears. And then when that's the case, it's very important to remind yourself to keep the shoulders low, let them drop, let them relax. Another interesting thing to do with friends or family is to ask them to take a deep breath. And you may notice that many people may do something like this. And this is a clear indicator that we are not doing the correct thing, that we're doing shallow breathing up here in the chest when we want to be doing deep breathing down here in the abdomen. And so the shoulders during this exercise should always be relaxed and should be down. So finally, we're going to find ourselves in our seated position. And the last step is to begin the breathing. So we are going to breathe in through the nose, inhaling slowly, steadily, calmly. And as we inhale, we want to also expand our abdomen. So you should feel your stomach pushing out, filling with air, inflating like a balloon. And then as we fill up, we experience what it's like to be filled with air. And then we're going to exhale through the mouth, slowly, calmly, extending completely until we experience emptiness. And that's the signal to begin the cycle again. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, expanding our stomach, our abdomen. We're going to experience fullness. And then we're going to exhale. Experiencing emptiness. Inhaling. Experiencing fullness. And exhaling. Experiencing emptiness. Inhale. Experiencing fullness. And exhale. Giving ourselves a check, making sure that there's no unnecessary tension, unnecessary stress in our body. We inhale. And then we exhale. And now you continue at your own speed. Thank you very much for your presence this morning. I hope you have a wonderful morning, a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.